Hello crafty friends! In this video I'll be making a card using the 4 parameters from this week's Craft Roulette. How far will I stretch the parameters this week? Let's find out. Alright, so after I collected my papers and the colors that I wanted to do, I made a little mock-up in plain white cardstock before I cut into my colors for the tri-fold that I wanted to, because I've never made it before and I wanted to see, measurements and what circle die cuts I was going to use. After I figured it out, it was actually a pretty simple, quick card. It was just getting the measurements right and where to put my score lines. I decided my colors were going to be like for the vegetable garden. I was going for the garden because a lot of times when you have vegetable gardens, you also have flowers and flower boxes. So that's where I got the blues and the yellows and the browns from. Because if I were to have a vegetable garden, I would definitely have flowers in it. After I cut my panels so that there was a little bit of an edge, so that cardstock, the craft cardstock, was sticking out, I adhered them and used my circle die to cut out the little window that's going to be on each panel. I chose ones that are like nested so that I could do different size circles. And this is what I kind of worked out on that white cardstock originally, and I still actually messed it up. Here, I cut out a smaller circle on the second panel, which you're going to see in a minute. I realized I made the mistake. It looks nice, but then I would have had to make an even smaller circle inside that circle, and I wanted enough room to put my elements. So I'm going to just make it bigger. I want it to actually be the same size as the original hole. So that's why you saw me tracing the die cut so that I could match up the lines and then the holes would match up. So my mistake ended up being okay because I was able to cut the, you can always, right, can't make things smaller, but you can make them bigger. So now I'm going to make an even, so I used the even bigger circle die and to make a little frame of the lighter blue just to finish off that circle so that it didn't have that edge, I thought, and this will give it a little stitching edge, so I thought that would be cute. All the colored and patterned cardstock I printed on white cardstock from my printer with some scrapbooking kits that I have. This one happens to be a baby scrapbooking kit. So it had that star paper that I thought was cute. After I die cut out these circles, you can barely see the stars, so I end up adding more stars later just to help with the star theme. Now this is the smallest circle that I originally tried to use for the window that I want to use now for my focal point in the window. So I'm just gluing a couple layers so that it pops up a little bit. I'm also going to add pop foam on it as well because I want it to actually stick out to the front of the card. So then these are my little elements. I actually use no stamps on this card. These are my little elements that I die cut out because I had a baby set. It actually is a set to make a little bag on a card, like a, what do you call it? A diaper bag. It's been a while since I had one of those. I almost forgot what they were called. But I just took some of the elements and die cut them out, and I'm just adding some darker yellow or darker blue to the edges just to help them pop a little bit. This is the first time in a while that I haven't used any stamps and I just used die cuts. I had put the little yellow a little bit off center on the blue, so that was me just trimming it off with my little Dollar Tree scissors. And then I edged with a darker blue the circle and realized I wanted it even darker, so I got a darker cube. I think that's Stormy Sky. And then I just got to adding my little elements in my focal point circle. This card came together actually fairly quickly after I got the measurements and the layout figured out. That took me a little while, which circles I wanted to use, how I was going to do it. But after I got that done, it actually was a quick card. So now I have that little template for the next time I want to do a tri-fold. And this is like cheap foam that I just had that has adhesive on one side. So I decided to use it up and just glue the edge that doesn't have the adhesive and just trim little pieces to fit in all those little spots so that the circle had some it wasn't going to bend on the edges. The next step was to add this little title was also in the die cut set that I was using. It's fairly thin, but I thought it worked good for this card. I was just kind of playing around. This is where I decided to add some more stars, given that one of the parameters was stars, and play around with the title. And I used my, star punch in the scraps that I had of the colors and just move it around to see what I liked. And I ended up going with it just straight on. And I was going to pop the stars up, but then I decided that I wanted the card as flat as I could because I think I'm going to actually mail this one. This is one of the cards that I'm actually going to use. That's why I was hoping it came out cute because I had plans for it. This little thin title with the glue, I've tried different ways on how to glue these little thin, and I haven't found one that I love yet, so I just went for it. It cleared off the glue. It worked. It stuck. It's good. And then the final step is just to add the little focal point circle, and my card was done. I think it came out really cute, and I'm actually gonna mail that one. All right, parameter check. Project, tri-fold card. Got that down. Colors, vegetable garden, which to me means garden because I wouldn't have one without the other. And element nursery, this is a card for a baby. And stars, I added stars on top of star paper. Whew, I got them all. Maybe a little stretching, but I think I did pretty good. Thanks so much for watching. Have a crafty day.